When it comes to completely 100%ing video games, I've never been too strict on myself. If it was one of my favorite games, sure, I'd try to do what I could, but I didn't want to ruin the game for myself, and frankly, after trying to get one of the Clash of the Clouds achievements in Bioshock Infinite years ago, I was officially entirely put off the idea thanks to the sheer level of annoyance it caused me. And no, I still haven't earned that one. I do not have that kind of patience. But recently, what with feeling a bit worn out on video gaming as a whole, I've gotten back into trying to go after this 100% when and where I can. I still have my limits and games I'm not willing to sink time and effort into, but I'm a lot less put off by things like multiple playthroughs and difficulty-related trophies, and especially on PlayStation, I've been making some decent progress since I began towards the end of last year. For example, at the time of recording, I'm currently one trophy away from platinuming the Dead Space remake, as I'm about a third of the way through my impossible difficulty run, give or take, and I cleaned up Bloodborne this summer. I'm not opposed to harder games or harder achievements, they just have to still feel doable and, crucially, be fun, even if they are stressful. So, to bring you all on this journey with me, as well as to branch out a little bit into some new things, I've decided to start doing the same thing on my channel, 100%ing some of the games in my uncomfortably large Steam catalog. Hopefully, this will not only encourage me to clear some of my ever-expanding backlog out, but also shine some light on some lesser-known games that may be hidden gems just waiting to be discovered, or massive red flags to stay away from. Only time will tell. Before we get started, this is the first of this type of video I've ever done, so if you enjoy this content, please give the video a like and leave a comment letting me know what you think, and maybe even name drop some other games you'd like to see me 100%. Also, if you're new here, please go ahead and subscribe, and if you want to lend additional support, consider becoming a member. When you do, you'll gain access to future videos like this one early, as well as get exclusive longer series, some special member emojis, and access to a special members-only Discord. I don't plan on pivoting exclusively to this sort of content, but becoming a member is greatly appreciated and would help make it easier for me to continue doing this and any other projects I come up with in the future. Right, now that all that YouTube admin is out of the way, let's dive into the first game on my list, shall we? We're starting things off simple and easy with a short puzzle game called Discolored. When I say short game, I mean it. Most estimates of this game say it will take about an hour to complete for a normal playthrough, and that's on the high end. I could probably get all of the achievements in one go if I wanted to, and if I do, great! But I don't want to follow a guide right off the bat for any of the games I use in this series, so it's time to dive in and see how much I can get taken care of without having to use any sorts of guides. Unless my puzzle skills are really bad. In total, Discolored has 16 achievements, most of which will be earned by progressing through the story normally and reaching the end credits. Most of them are hidden to start off with, but as you can probably guess, a large part of what you'll be doing is restoring color to the world, so the three you will be aware of right from the start will be the ones that require you to restore green, blue, and red to everything. This is of course done by solving various puzzles throughout the world. Without spoiling too much, because as I said, the game's pretty short and I definitely recommend it if you're a puzzle person, the first you'll find will be the green prism, which can be installed in a plant, followed by the blue, which you'll retrieve and put in a cabinet, and the third and final color to restore will be red, which will be placed in a furnace. Once you do that, the game itself, in theory, is nearly over. Along the way, however, you will also unlock achievements for making a phone call, fixing the TV, and stealing the moon from the sky. Relatively standard stuff. Unfortunately, we're not in the clear yet, because suddenly an evil eye wipes out all the color once again, but thankfully it gives me an achievement in the process called Evil Moon, so it was worth it. Now I have to start from square one, but thankfully it isn't all that bad because I can just collect the prisms from before, climb this conspicuous tower that I haven't had a use for before, and after combining the colors to form white light, I unlock full spectrum and restore the world properly. I can now return to the office we started in, but unfortunately, someone slips another note under our door with another location that has been stripped of its color, which means our work is technically unfinished. But for now, it's time to roll credits. After playing through the game once, mostly blind, because I did get stuck on puzzles a couple of times, oops, I had earned a total of 9 out of 16 achievements, which isn't too bad. The good news is that none of the ones I have left are too hard to get, but I do have to play through the entire game one more time. However, even that's not that bad, as this time following a guide means the game takes closer to 15 minutes to get through. The very first optional achievement, called Spies, can be obtained in the office at the very beginning of the game. All it requires me to do is stare at this TV in the corner until a number starts counting down, and once it does, return to the elevator, wait for the timer to reach 0, so then I can grab the crowbar, and then run back, open the panel under the TV, and remove the strange box that's been placed there. After this quick one, I can make my way back to the diner and the main part of the game to get the rest. 3 of these are incredibly simple. All I have to do is look at 3 specific spots around the level to grab the group of achievements called Secret Glimpses. I don't really know how you would know to do this without a guide, but as I said, it's not hard. Just one of those things that's baffling people could ever stumble across on their own. Other than those, there's also the achievements Loop, for walking towards the moon and looping back on yourself, and finally Watched, which requires you to stand on a specific spot towards the end of the game and look through your magical viewfinder at the evil eye. And just like that, there's just one more left. This achievement is probably the hardest of the whole game, but only because it's technically the single missable one, as the item needed for the first step is only available at a certain time, and you'll need to do an additional playthrough if you forget to grab it. But since they only take 20 minutes anyway, when you know what you're doing, it's definitely not as stressful as it could be. Anyway, once you climb the tower to recolor the world, you have to look up and grab this dial. Then, once you restore the color to the diner and return to the office, there will be a radio sitting on a shelf off to the side. Replace the dial, turn it, and there you have it! Discolored's last achievement is done and dusted, all in a single sitting. Overall, Discolored was a short and sweet little puzzle game that took me about an hour and 10 minutes in total to 100%, though that was, of course, with a guide. It would probably take a little longer if you were trying to get some of this stuff on your own, but the loops through the game itself don't take too long once you know what you're doing. I definitely recommend checking it out if you like puzzle games or even escape room experiences, because in a way that's what it felt like as well. There's nothing too stressful, nothing overly difficult, and although the music definitely made it feel spooky at times, there's nothing actually scary about it, other than maybe the implications. There's also a second one, which I wouldn't mind checking out as well, so let me know if you might want to see a video on that in the future. As I said at the beginning, this is the first type of video I've ever done, so please let me know what you think and how I may be able to improve in the comments below. It's why I went for such a straightforward game this time around, but even so, I had a lot of fun doing this, and there are a lot more games I'd like to try out with this format. I hope to make this a recurring series on my channel so I'm able to branch out a bit, both for the channel's sake and for my own. I'm certainly not opposed to doing longer and more difficult 100%, but within reason. I'm not willing to completely torture myself, I'm sorry. At least not until it's financially sustainable. Thank you for watching this far. Let me know if you did by leaving a rainbow emoji in your comment, leave a like if you enjoyed it, and suggest any games you may want to see me try. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one.